Hello, Mohawk. On this episode of MoCast, we meet up with our keynote speaker for an upcoming Mohawk Talks. He's an author and a fitness trainer to the stars and made me feel very much out of shape. And then we do a road trip to Brantford, to Urban Tactical. They're partners with our advanced security program, where our students are learning protective security, firearm indoctrination.
Good.
My name's Sarah Warnock. I'm in the Advanced Security Management Program. I plan on, when I graduate, to apply to the Canadian Border Services Agency. And the reason why I took this program was to open up my doors just in case that avenue doesn't appeal to me anymore. I've never shot a gun before, so I wanted to get that experience out of the way so that if I ever did have to do something like this, that I would be confident in myself. I chose Mohawk because I heard very good things about the program. It's very hands-on. The professors are very qualified in what they do.
My name is Fred Armitage. I'm a professor in the Advanced Security Management Program at Mohawk College, and we're at Urban Tactical, which is a firing range facility outside of Brantford. In Advanced Security Management today, we're on the range to forming a protective industry firearms indoctrination, which is just an exposure to the type of firearms that are used by executive protection teams, close protection teams, law enforcement agencies across Ontario and Canada. It gives the students an actual opportunity to smell what a firearm smells like when it's fired, what it sounds like, what it feels like to pick one up. To the best of my knowledge, nowhere else in the province is this type of training or learning taking place where students are actually being put and coached live fire on a range as part of their curriculum, not as an extracurricular activity, as part of their classroom hours. It's groundbreaking. It's taking a lot of work on behalf of our department and our program to facilitate the partnership that allowed this to happen. And it's a true benefit to our students who, in the Advanced Security Management Program, will go into the protective industry careers and may not have another training facility or training institution between them and their job. We might be the last stop for them. They leave here far better equipped than their peers in other programs and other institutions. We're not just providing education, we're providing industry certifications that employers are telling us that they need. We consistently and constantly go into the industry and ask, what do our graduates need to work here? What would you like to see a graduate have? And they tell us, and we build it into the program. They are being prepared as well as anybody for a career in law enforcement. But on top of that, we open up to them emergency management and business continuity positions, so working for communities or organizations, keeping them flowing in the cases of natural disaster, terrorist attacks, pandemics. I try to steer the students towards some of the private industry, which is my niche, because the dollar figures for entry-level positions are much higher. When I left policing to work privately, I tripled my wage. Traditionally, those types of jobs aren't known to students coming in. They've often been made to feel that anything that's not policing is a fallback, and I'm here to tell them that I saw the world and flew first class and made a lot more money in the private sector than I ever did as a police officer. Both are amazing jobs, and both are still on the table, and they're more competitive than their peers for both ends of the industry.
On November 12th, our friends at McKeel Marine are bringing a very special speaker to talk to our students and the community, Karim Ramos. Yes. Karim, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Blessed to be here in Niagara-on-the-Lake at the White Oaks Resort, sitting here with you guys. This is great.
You brought the perfect weather with you.
Yes, I tried to keep it so I wouldn't have to bundle up too much. I don't have too much winter clothes.
No, and you don't have any fat on you, so that also, you probably feel the cold more than the rest of us.
Exactly. As I lost the weight, the colder I got.
So listen, we're at Mohawk College. We're in the business of transforming lives, which sort of seems to be your personal narrative.
Yes.
Can you sort of take us through where you were and how you got to where you are today?
Well, basically in a nutshell, my life, I was 262 pounds, had 42% body fat. I was considered obese by doctors, and they were going to diagnose me with diabetes, high blood pressure, and thyroid issues because it runs in my family being Hispanic. All these things that were thrown at me, being overweight, which impacted my personality, becoming negative and pessimistic about life. So what happened was, in a nutshell, my brother committed suicide. That was kind of my reality check that made me realize to myself, that could have been me in the coffin. Here he is, this beautiful, fit guy who used to be a model for Nordic Track, who decided to take his own life. And as selfish as it was, I feel in a sense that my brother taking his life saved mine. It made me the person that I am today. I got into the health and fitness. I made myself my first client before I could train anyone to make sure I can do it. I said, if I can't, train myself and get myself there, how am I going to do it for anyone else? So I made these huge transitions mentally, physically, and emotionally, and continued to build there. Ended up homeless at one point, sleeping on park benches. And
this was in New York City?
Yes, this was, and actually in New Jersey. I was sleeping on a park bench for 5 months. I was paying the Sheraton hotel manager $5 a day to let me shower. And eventually what happened was, when I hit rock bottom to the point where I didn't want to do what my brother did, I just cried my eyes out and prayed to God. And the very next day I ended up getting an internship working for, they call him the godfather of hip hop, Russell Simmons.
Yes.
So, Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam Records, Def Comedy Jam.
He's a good person to have in your corner.
Yes, an excellent person, a great mentor to me. He brought me in as an intern when I was 21 years old, paying me $10 a day.
So what can students and faculty and staff in the community, because this is a free community event, what can they expect when they come to Mohawk Talks and hear you speak?
I'm out here to give a message. I'm out here for people to learn from my mistakes, to learn from my success, so that they can move around those mistakes and get right to the success part. I'm here to help them get pointers and tips on how to become a successful intern, how to appreciate and take, advantage of these peers and advantage of these teachers that are in their lives every day that they don't even recognize are there. And at the end of the day, when these students leave, if you come and you hear me speak, I promise people will leave with an impression about life. They're going to learn something new. They're going to appreciate themselves a lot more, because we never know how bad we got it till we hear someone else's story, and they're going to learn to appreciate it. They're going to learn a lot more from it, in a sense where they're going to want to better themselves. I've been speaking for over 5 years now, and till this very day, I still get emails and messages about people whose life I've influenced. And you know what? You don't have to be homeless. You don't have to hit rock bottom like I did, but you'll enjoy this story. You'll learn from it, and it'll actually make you want to do better for yourself.
So listen, we look forward to seeing you on the 12th at Mohawk College. You got a great message.
Thank you so much. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.